What is up, RC enthusiasts? Check it out. Today we have battery chargers for you. I always tell people, don't follow what I do really with battery charging. Some of these tips and tricks can help people, especially if you're more experienced with battery charging, and just be safe with your lipos. Do not leave them charging by themselves. I'm always in the room when these things are charging. So let's go ahead and let's get into this. So these are just a bunch of chargers I've used. These two chargers in the furthest back right here are my oldest chargers. I've had them for years. And that right there was my main charger for a while. Really good charger. I do like it. And I'll explain why I have these three in front of you. So this charger right here, I decided to be very careless with it. I actually dropped this charger and that actually damaged the charging circuit, kinda, just the balancing circuit actually. So it's still charged and discharged properly, but I couldn't plug anything into the balance port because it wouldn't read the right voltages for that, and it wouldn't balance my batteries properly. But other than that, I continued to use this right here to fast charge my batteries, and then put it on these right here to balance charge it. And that's how I ran my stuff for a while, until just recently, I dropped this one again, and this time the screen cracked on this one. So now I can't really see anything. I can see this little corner right here, and since I remember kind of how to use this charger, I can still get it to charge. But then again, now I'm not balance charging and not seeing the screen. So I'm chancing it on two different levels right there. So I decided, you know what, it's time to stop chancing it with that. And I couldn't decide what to get, so here's three new chargers right here, and I'll give you my opinion of these. These are just my opinion and my experience with these. So if you had a different experience with any of these chargers, you know, go ahead and put it in the comments below so that people know how good these chargers are. Some people have had these for a while, so they have long run experience with these and might be able to give good input in the comments below. So yeah, let people know. And I'm just gonna let you know from my couple days of use on them so far which one I think deserves your look and your money. So we're gonna go through that right now to hopefully help you find the charger that fits your needs. So before I put this charger away, we'll just talk about the spec of this charger right here. Now this charger right here is an AC 200 watt, DC 400 watt, and it's 16 amp charge rate times 2. So there's two ports in there, and it's 16 amp in each port, and it's 200 watts times 2, so it's 100 watts on each. Or if you're charging on one port, it's 200 watts full, it'll transfer to that port. So that's how this charger functions right here. It's pretty basic. Now these chargers right here, these chargers are super old. Yeah, so this one right here is a 90 watt charger. Charges up to 10 amps. Very simple charger, charges really fast. You know, a lot of people don't need 10 amps to charge. If you have like a 5000 milliamp 2-cell, this thing will do it to 10 amps. So you'll be charging 2C rating, so twice the speed as the 1C rating. But we'll get into those ratings and how to charge your battery later on. Let's continue on. So this right here is my tried and true Thunder dual power AC 680, 80 watt 6 amp charge capability right here. Can charge up to 6S. Very slow charger, especially considering all the chargers nowadays. This is a very old charger. Man, it still works really great. Balances really great. Nothing wrong with this charger whatsoever. Simple to use. Probably can find something similar to these still out there, and they're very cheap. So it's a good option if you find one that works really well. I always like to keep my batteries balanced, and whenever I'm not using them for more than 3 days, I'm going to make sure they're always at storage voltage, not fully discharged or fully charged, because it's never good for the battery to be fully charged or discharged for more than that, in my opinion. Some people will say a couple of days, more longer than that. For me, no, 3 days, I'm already discharging batteries if I'm not using them. So these are the three chargers that made it on my list. Decided to find some that's easily accessible and comes really quick, which for me is Amazon. I've tested them for a couple of days now. I tested them on batteries from 1 cell all the way up to 4 cell. I didn't do any 6 cell batteries because I don't own any. And the way I achieved my running, you know, with 6S and 8S rigs is going to be my 3Ss in series and my 4Ss in series to achieve those, you know, voltage ratings. Anyway, let's get back to these. This one right here, it's a 200 watt AC, 600 watt DC. And, you know, it charges pretty well, and it feels like a good charger and everything, but every battery I've charged out of this, it just did not balance properly. So maybe it's just an issue with mine. I know some people have reviewed this and had good experience. That's why I got it. So let's take this out of the picture, just in my experience. So if you guys have this, please don't hate on me. You know, if you had a good experience, good for you. Mine came not balancing any of my batteries properly. Okay, so now we're down to these two chargers right here. We have ourselves the SkyRc D200 Neo and the Gensace iMars D300. Now this is different from the iMars Dual. The iMars Dual was a 200 watt charger, and that one could only do 100 watts on each channel, and it wouldn't share the 200 if you're only using one channel. Unlike this D300, as the name implies right here, this one has 300 watts, so it's much more powerful, 50% on each channel, more powerful. So it'll do 150 split on each. It'll do 300 on one channel. So that's a pretty high performance charger in my opinion, for the price, especially for this one. Now if you check my link below, I actually got this from a seller on Amazon that's giving $50 off right now. I'm not sure if that's still going on when you click the link, but if you click the link and this video is new, it should still be up there. And $50 off on this, that makes this the best bang for buck charger right here, especially for its speed capabilities in AC. Now we'll go to this one right here. This charger right here, the D200 Neo, man, it's got a lot of options. You can buy a discharger for this thing to discharge things at like 40 amps, I believe, or something like that. And you can buy other, accessories to do fast charging for your phones and stuff. And it's Bluetooth capable, so you could actually control this with your phone through a Bluetooth app. So you can check your voltages while you're charging and, make sure everything is all right, which I still don't recommend, because once you get that app, you're probably going to leave the room and think it's going to be safe to do that. But like I said, never leave your batteries charging unattended. That's very unsafe, because it will go bad really quickly before you can even go back to that room. By the time you get back in there, you already have a big issue going on if that battery is anywhere on fire. And this one right here actually charges batteries as fast as 20 amps, it claims, and this one charges batteries at 16 amps. So this one can charge batteries a lot faster, but this is where I'm just going to tell you guys what I choose between this two. So I'm not like all those other YouTubers that say, hey, wait till the end, suspense, keep on watching my video or else you won't know which is the winner. Me, I'll tell you right now, D300. Yeah, get that. But if you want to listen to my explanation, stick around and hit that subscribe button, because I do appreciate it. If you guys appreciate content like this, well, that's awesome for all of us. You guys get to watch my content, I get to get a subscriber, and we can all have fun in this hobby together. So back to what I was saying. That's 20 amp capable. This is 16 amp capable. Now both these chargers are capable of doing parallel charging, which means you could use both these, combine their ratings to charge one big battery. So this one right here will do about 32 amps, I think, combined. And that one right there will do about 35 amps combined, those two ports. And I'm not sure if it'll do that on AC, maybe, but I haven't tried that. I don't have the parallel charging cables and stuff to make that happen, so I couldn't test that function. But other than that, testing the functions of the amps these things are capable of, this one is a 200 watt AC, 800 watt DC. This one, like I said, is a 300 watt AC and 700 watt DC. So this one has a lower DC wattage and this one has a higher DC wattage. So now if you don't know much about, battery charging and stuff, I'm not going to go into the maths of it. There's other channels that get into that maths and all that stuff. Me, I'm just going to tell you the dumbed down version of why this charger, in my opinion, is better than this charger. So if you're an AC charging guy and you're trying to buy batteries because you want to charge out of the mains, as they call it, in the other side of the pond. But if you want to charge on an outlet, then you want an AC charger. So obviously this one right here is going to be the more powerful charger at 300 watts. I know, yes, you guys are probably saying, but that one charges faster at 20. But the question is, at 200 watts, that thing can't get to 20 even with one 2S 5000 on it. I tried. It really got close to 20. Like almost 20, 19.8 or something, but it wouldn't touch the 20. This one right here will do all 16 amps, no issue whatsoever. Even on like a 3S, if you put two 3Ss on here and charge it at the same time, I was still getting 12 amps out of this. This one right here, yeah, I wasn't getting more than 8 amps with a 3S, I believe, and on the 2S, I still couldn't reach the 20 amps it claimed. So the 200 watts is limiting what this thing can do on AC power. But if you're a DC power kind of charging guy, this is 800 watts. So now you can take full advantage of that 20 amps and actually get this thing to pump out that 20 amp speed, and this will be your pick right here for sure. And this one right here at 700 with 16 amps, it's still a pretty good charger, but using both ports, no matter what, you're stuck on 16 amps. So it will still charge 16 amps even at that 700 watts, while this one right here will definitely output its 20 amps. But that's only on DC, guys, because this one will do 20 amps. So that'll just push more power, because it can, if you have enough power to make it do that. And that's why I'm pointing out the 200 watts right here. It's going to be the limiting factor if you're AC charging, and that's what you want to do mainly with these chargers as AC. Then this is still going to charge faster than that, surprisingly. So this would be my pick. And another charger I don't have here that I also considered was the Hoda S6. And that thing is a 400 watt AC, and it's only 15 amps though. But if you think about it, if you're charging 4S or bigger 6S packs, so 5,000, 6,000 milliamp hour 6Ss and stuff like that, then you're going to probably want the Hoda, because that one can actually give you more on AC and pump more juice on AC. So that's pretty much what you're looking at when you're looking at ratings for chargers, is you want to see how much watts it has on AC and DC. If it's a dual, AC and DC charger, some chargers are only AC, some chargers are only DC chargers. They don't come with power supplies in them. But you want to look at that rating, and you also want to look at the amps it can push out. Just like I said, my older chargers only did like 6 amps. So you're going to take a lot longer to charge batteries that way. These battery chargers right here are probably my 2 picks, depending on what you're, needing it for the most. DC, go with that one because of all the nice features and everything that one has. And if you don't really charge as fast as I do and you just like to do 1C rate charging, that's probably going to work pretty good for you too, for the features it has, because obviously if you do 1C charging on either of this, your batteries are going to charge at pretty the same rate, especially if your charger can handle the 1C rating of your battery. Also, if you guys don't know what a 1C rating of your battery is, that's just referring to this right here. You see that 6500 milliamp hour? So if this battery is a 6500 milliamp hour 11.1 volt, which is a 3S battery, you're going to want to charge this on the 3S setting on this at 6.5 amps. And that's going to be your 1 amp hour charge rate. So, a 13 amp charge rate would be double, and this thing can do just a little over double for this, and that'll be faster charging. And in my experience, 16 amps on this battery, not enough to worry about. It'll charge this fast and taper off before this battery even starts, feeling any heat. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to point out. The amp rating of your balance charging. You want to check that out on the charger. That's how fast this battery can actually trickle down the full cell so that all the other cells can catch up and balance themselves out to the full cell. So the higher this number, the faster your battery charger can balance charge. And that's also a good number to note because that will also lower your charging times. So this battery charger video has gotten pretty long-winded. But anyway, there's one little tip and trick I want to show you guys about charging and discharging your batteries. I'm not sure if anyone ever mentioned this, but this is how I discharge my battery, especially when you're done with a full day and you still have, 5 or 6 packs fully charged. There is a discharge function on these chargers. You just go to the discharge function, but on 2S, they'll discharge at like 1.7, amp. Alright, so in this scenario right here, let's just say this battery is fully charged still, and this battery you already used. So this is an empty battery, this is a fully charged battery. This is the fastest way to discharge this battery and to get this to storage voltage, is to connect everything up this way instead of putting the batteries here and waiting for this one to charge up and waiting for this one to trickle down on the slowest amp discharge rating. You can just do it like this. So now I have the full battery right here powering the charger, and I have the charger connected to the empty battery, let's say. But I know this battery isn't empty. It's at storage voltage right now. And now all you have to do is, go to whatever amp rating you want. This is a 3S, so it's already on 3S. It's on charge. We can go on storage, which it's already at. So we're just going to put it on charge for now, like we're actually going to charge this battery to use it. So let's just say this is a 3-cell battery, and this is, you're not running any more 3-cell rigs, and you have a 2-cell rig you want to run, but the 2-cell battery's dead. Plug your 2-cell in right here. Charge that up with your 3-cell. We'll pretend like we're doing that right now. So we'll go ahead and go here. Put your target current, which is going to be 6.5 because this is a 6500 milliamp hour battery. So you're just going to go with that with all batteries. If your battery's an 1800, you're going to go with a 1.8 amp charge. Your battery's a 10,000, you're going to go with a 10 amp charge. So that's pretty much how that works. So there's 6.5. We're going to go to start task. And as you can see, the battery's starting to charge. A lot of these interfaces are pretty similar, so I can't say this is their own interface, but they're all pretty similar interfaces on these battery chargers. Which also makes it good because it makes them simple to switch from charger to charger. Let's see right here. How fast can this charge? Oh, I know there's some people out there freaking out right now. You're charging at more than the 1 amp hour rating, man. That's not safe. I've been doing it for years. I charge as fast as my batteries chargers will let me. Not saying you should do it though, just remember that. I'm going to keep on saying that because I don't want people to come back at me and be like, you told me to. No, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just saying this is what I've been doing. And there you go. A 3-cell trying to charge a 3-cell as fast as it can, and it's doing it at 13.6-ish amps. That's not bad at all. That's a really fast charge. That's more than 2C charge rating. You see that? Once this battery right here gets to its, storage charge or fully charged, this one will probably be close to its storage. And it's always good to have a cell checker so you can check the voltage on that battery. So there you go. This is a quick way to discharge your battery without having to do the 1 amp, 2 amp charging. This one's doing it at 13 amps right now, and it could actually do it a lot faster. If I had 2 batteries plugged into here right now that needed to be balanced, this one will get discharged even faster that way. So there you go, guys. These 2 chargers right here I could recommend. Check the links in the description box below. Check out the specs of these right here. Check which one you like. And in my opinion, AC is what you're looking for. This should be your choice. DC, that's going to be more powerful on DC for sure. And the third option that I don't have for review is going to be that Hoda S6. I believe it's called the S6. It's the one with the 400 watt AC. They're still available. They're just an older charger than these two right here. So these are going to be my two picks for newer chargers that are out there. For budget wise, obviously, you're going to have way faster chargers. There's some ISDT ones out there that also do 400 at 20 amps. And I was also going to get that charger, but that's up to 8S, and I didn't really need a charger that big. I wanted something kind of more handheld form factor that I could just take around with me wherever I go. Can't go wrong with either of these right here. Like I said, DC, AC. Go have fun. Well, alright guys, thanks for watching as usual. And as always, stay safe out there, go have fun, and go run. In this case though, charge that RC.